Hi there folks, and welcome back to another one-stop trivia short round. My name is Sean and I'll be your quiz host as usual. Hope you are still enjoying the quizzes. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section down below. So today's short round is, since we did France a couple of days ago, today we're doing Australia. We're gonna, maybe next couple will be about countries, so we'll see how these go, okay? So let's get straight on, shall we? Question number one. Okay, so which Australian outlaw and gang leader famously wore a suit of bulletproof armour during his final shootout with police? Okay, so very well known, even outside of Australia as well. So which Australian outlaw and gang leader famously wore a suit of bulletproof armour during his final shootout with police? Okay. On to question number two then. What are the 6 states that make up Australia? Now, having met quite a lot of Australians, I would almost say, drunk and disorderly is one of the states, but no, it's the geographical states that we're looking for here. Okay, so what are the 6 states that make up Australia? Hopefully no Australians took offence at the previous comment about drunk and disorderly. Okay, on to question number 3 then, here we go. What do the letters in the airline name Qantas stand for? So you maybe don't realise, but Qantas is an acronym. Okay, so all the letters stand for something else, shortened to make it into Qantas. So what do the letters in airline name Qantas stand for? Okay, on to question number 4. In which year was Vegemite first sold in Australia? Was it 1923, 1933 or 1943? Okay, so again, that most famous of Australian delicacies. In which year was Vegemite first sold in Australia? Was it 23, 33 or 43? Okay, question number 5 now, here we go. Of the 25 deadliest snakes in the world, how many are found in Australia? Okay, so quite a lot of animals in Australia have the ability to kill you pretty quickly. So of the 25 deadliest snakes in the world, how many are found in Australia? Okay, question number 6. Here we go. Which of these former Neighbours stars have not had a #1 hit in Australia? Is it Natalie Imbruglia, Delta Goodrem or Holly Valance? Obviously Neighbours is a sort of soap opera and produced a lot of people who've gone on to have quite big music careers, including people like Kylie Minogue. So which of these 3 have not had a #1 hit in Australia though? Is it Natalie Imbruglia, Delta Goodrem or Holly Valance? Okay, here we go, question number 7 now. So who was the last Australian to win the men's Wimbledon Tennis Championship? Okay. So who was the last Australian to win the men's Wimbledon Tennis Championship? Okay, question number 8. In what city did the Australian Parliament first sit? Okay, so it now sits in Canberra, and Canberra was chosen because it was sort of halfway between Sydney and Melbourne, and neither could decide where the Parliament should be sitting. They were both big cities, both wanted it. Neither could have it without the other one being upset, so it ended up in Canberra. So basically, nobody was happy. So in which city did the Australian Parliament first sit? So obviously before it went to Canberra. Otherwise that would be quite an easy question, having just told you about Canberra. Okay, question number 9, here we go. What 3 movies are part of Baz Luhrmann's Red Curtain Trilogy? Okay, so Baz Luhrmann, famous Australian movie director, had 3 movies that were part of what he called his Red Curtain Trilogy. What were they? So 1 point for each of these that you can get. Okay, and finally question number 10. What type of animal is a kookaburra? Okay, so what type of animal is a kookaburra? Obviously for any Australians taking the quiz, I think this one's going to be quite an easy one, but you know. Okay, so that is the end of the questions. If you need any more time, feel free to pause the video, take as much time as you need. If you want to go back over the questions, feel free. It's all been done for fun, nothing up for grabs, only bragging rights available if you're playing against other people. So, we'll get on with the answers in just a second. Before we do that though, I'll do my usual spiel. Up in the top left, you'll see there's URL, kidsneededucation.org. That is a charity based here in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. Provides the only free primary school in the city. All of the schools are sort of fee paying of some form or other. And a lot of people cannot afford to send their children to school, so a lot of children just don't get an education. The school that's provided by the charity here is free, and everything is provided up to and including uniforms. So you get, children getting an education they may otherwise never get. So it's a very worthwhile cause, I think. If you're able to make any kind of donation, even just like very small, like $1 or £1 or anything like that, if you find you've got an extra $1 for not going out socialising during these pandemics and whatnot, you can make a donation via the website there, and it will all be very much appreciated. The other URL up at the top right is onestoptrivia.com, where you'll find all of our previous quizzes there if you want to check them out. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/onestoptrivia, and on our YouTube channel where you're probably watching us right now. Please give the video a like if you're enjoying it. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with new quizzes. We're bringing them out quite regularly. And so give us a share if you want. Let your friends in on the secret, and give us a comment. Let us know what your score is at the end of the quiz. Okay, so anyway, that's that bit. On with the answers then. So question number 1: which Australian outlaw and gang leader famously wore a suit of bulletproof armour during his final shootout with the police? Well, that was Ned Kelly. Ned Kelly. Okay, I think played by Heath Ledger in the movie. Question 2: what are the 6 states that make up Australia? So a point for each of these that you get. They are New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and Tasmania. Okay, so New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and Tasmania. Question number 3: what do the letters in the airline name Qantas stand for? They stand for Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services. Okay, so if you got 3 or 4 but didn't get the whole lot, give yourself a half point. Anything sort of less than 3 though, no. So Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services. Question number 4: in which year was Vegemite first sold in Australia? Was it 1923, 33 or 43? Well, that was 1923, so that was A. Obviously Vegemite being leftover yeast from the brewing process. Lovely. Question number 5: of the 25 deadliest snakes in the world, how many are found in Australia? Well, that would be 21. 21. Letting the side down there, Australia. You're not having all 25. What's going on? I thought all the animals tried to kill you there. Apologise for all these Australian stereotypes I'm apparently spouting out here. Question number 6: which of these former Neighbours stars have not had a #1 hit in Australia? Is it Natalie Imbruglia, Delta Goodrem, or Holly Valance? Well, it was Natalie Imbruglia. Did not have a #1. Okay. And next question, number 7. Who was the last Australian to win the men's Wimbledon Tennis Championship? So this is just in case anyone's watching back at a later point that has since been Australian. This has been recorded in June 2020. So, as to date, the last Australian to win was Leighton Hewitt in 2002. Okay, Leighton Hewitt. Question number 8. In which city did the Australian Parliament first sit? It first sat in Melbourne. Okay. Question number 9. Which 3 movies are part of Baz Luhrmann's Red Curtain Trilogy? Again, 1 point for each of these that you get. They are Strictly Ballroom, Romeo and Juliet, and Moulin Rouge. Okay, Strictly Ballroom, Romeo and Juliet, and Moulin Rouge. And question number 10, what type of animal is a kookaburra? Well, a kookaburra is a bird. Okay, so how'd you do? Tally up your scores, pop them in the comments, let us know how you did, if you enjoyed the comment. If you enjoyed the quiz, let us know. And as I say, give the video a like, give us a share. Okay, and yep, thank you very much for taking part. So yep, like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever your social media options are. And if you do that, we'll keep you up to date on quizzes that are coming out. Until the next quiz though, thank you very much and goodbye.